The Preferences panel has been updated in Anime Studio 11. Now it's much easier to read and navigate. To get started, I'm in Anime Studio, and I'm going to come up here to my Anime Studio Pro menu. Now, if you're on Windows, you'll want to go to Edit for this. Basically, you want to click on your corresponding menu and find Preferences. Once you open this up, if you are a longtime user to Anime Studio, I think you'll find that this does look a bit different, and it's much easier to read. Everything is broken down more, so you have less options on each page, making it easier to navigate and find what you're looking for. In general, you'll have general settings you can adjust, such as using larger fonts. If you have a harder time reading the interface, you can change it so that it's easier. You can send analytics to Smith Micro, as well as make YouTube uploads private, among other things. So you can check all that out if you wish. If we go to Documents, this will affect your documents that you work on. So we can set up, let's say, autosave for crash recovery. Or we can confirm before we revert a document. A lot of these things are just personal preference items that you can check on or off. Layers and objects, of course, pertain to the layers and objects within Anime Studio. So for instance, when you make a new layer, you can choose to auto-center them. You can auto-scale imported vectors, as well as apply scale compensation for new layers. Again, if you're a new user, many of these items probably won't pertain to you until you get familiar with the software, but just know you can adjust these things. Same with the timeline. We can consolidate timeline channels, which I don't recommend because it's easier, I believe, to work with multiple channels as opposed to one. It just makes things easier when you want to do detailed tweaks. There's tools. For instance, you can adjust how the zoom tool works if you want to drag a box versus holding down the mouse button and going left to right to zoom in or out. And you can see we have some other options here as well pertaining to just how the tools work, like audio feedback. We have tool layout, so if you add new tools or if you want to add new groups or if you want to rearrange your tools, you can do so here very easily. Here's your editor colors. So if you want to change the way some of the colors work in the editor, you can do that here. And the big one coming off of this is your GUI colors. Here, you can adjust different themes and specifically what colors you want to target here. As an example, if I click on the color theme button, I could choose dark gray. You can see that changes things completely. If I were to click OK, it updates the interface with this new setting. Let me come back here to my preferences and I can update it here. And you can go through and look at all these different themes if you wish, or you can go in and target certain things. So let's say you want your text to be different. All right, come in here. We can use our color picker and we can adjust the text. And you can see it's changing the colors as I do this live, which is very useful if you want to see what things will look like as you do it. So as you can see, the Preferences panel has seen an update. It's easier to read, and with the tabs at the top, I think you'll find it's much easier to navigate. If you'd like more information on Anime Studio or more tutorials, check out anime.smithmicro.com.